Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the face of WWE's modern era. But behind the power, the glory, and the championship reigns lies a heartbreaking truth: the story of his father's death. This is not just about Roman Reigns the superstar. This is about Lady Joseph Anoa'i, the son of a legend, who carried the weight of family expectations, who built his career with pride, and who suffered one of the greatest losses of his life: the passing of his father, WWE Hall of Famer, Sika Anoa'i. Today, we dive deep into Roman Reigns' bond with his father, the tragic loss that shook his world, and how that pain shaped him into the tribal chief we know today. Roman Reigns was born into one of wrestling's most legendary families, the Anoa'i dynasty. His father, Sika Anoa'i, alongside his brother Afa, formed the Wild Samoans. They dominated the wrestling scene in the late 70s and early 80s, capturing multiple tag team championships and leaving a lasting mark on WWE history. For young Roman, this wasn't just a career path, it was destiny. Sika introduced him to the world of wrestling, not as entertainment but as a way of life. He taught his son discipline, respect, and the values of family pride. The lessons Roman learned weren't about fame, they were about legacy. Every time Roman stepped into a wrestling ring, he carried not just his own ambition, but the legacy of his father's sacrifices. Without Sika's trailblazing career, there would be no foundation for Roman to become the tribal chief. Roman Reigns often spoke about how much his father inspired him. To the world, Sika was a Hall of Famer. But to Roman, he was the man who built his entire identity. Sika's presence gave Roman courage. He knew that no matter how difficult the journey became, from football injuries to battling leukemia, his father's strength was always with him. Roman once said his career was a way of honoring the Anoa'i family name. That wasn't just words. It was a promise to his father. Every spear he delivered, every championship he held, and every time he stood tall as the tribal chief, it was an acknowledgement of Sika's role in shaping him. His admiration was not hidden. It was lived every single day. But in June 2023, Roman's world came crashing down. His father, Sika Anoa'i, passed away at the age of 79. The wrestling world mourned the loss of a pioneer, but for Roman, this was much more than history. It was personal heartbreak. Imagine being at the very top of the wrestling business, celebrated as the face of WWE, acknowledged worldwide as the tribal chief, and suddenly the man who built that foundation is gone. Behind the camera flashes and the arenas filled with chants, Roman was just a son grieving the loss of his father. This wasn't just about death. It was about losing his hero, his mentor, his guide. And no championship belt, no record-breaking reign, could fill that emptiness. But Roman Reigns did not crumble under the weight of grief. Instead, he transformed it into fuel. The tribal chief persona became more than a character. It became a reflection of his reality. When Roman says, "Acknowledge me," it isn't just about his dominance. It is about acknowledging the bloodline, acknowledging his father, acknowledging the sacrifices of those who came before him. Every match after 2023 carried a different fire. He wasn't just fighting for himself anymore. He was fighting to honor his father's name, to ensure that Sika's legacy would never be forgotten. Roman's pain became his power. His loss became his strength. And the tribal chief's reign became the ultimate tribute to his father. Sika Anoa'i may no longer be here physically, but his spirit lives on through his son. Roman Reigns is not just a champion. He is a son carrying the weight of a dynasty, keeping his father's memory alive every single day. The tribal chief we see today is fueled not just by glory, but by love, respect, and legacy. When Roman Reigns dominates the WWE Universe, he's not alone. His father is with him. His family is with him. His bloodline is with him. And as long as Roman Reigns walks into that ring, Sika Anoa'i's name will never be forgotten. That is the true power of the tribal chief.